So PayPal wants to buy Pinterest. PayPal buying Pinterest? That doesn't make any sense. Well, some of you have asked me about the PayPal Pinterest deal and whether or not this is something that you should be invested in. Well, I'm going to break this down for you real quick today on the Black Financial Channel. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that you must be Black first. Black first means that we believe in Black wealth. We put our community first. Black first also means that we understand that we must be one, the hashtag be one, in order to be successful. It also means we're raising our kids to be millionaires. So if you're raising your child to be a millionaire and you agree with the B1 philosophy, put a hashtag B in the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. Use this hashtag all over social media. How many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you are aware that PayPal was thinking about buying Pinterest? How many of you have heard about the PayPal Pinterest merger that everybody's talking about, and everybody's saying that, you know, that PayPal is making a big move and that this is big money, y'all, and we about ready to get paid, and PayPal's going to kill the game and everything else. How many of you are aware of the PayPal Pinterest merger? Give me a yes or no. Okay, so I see a few of you are and a few of you are not. Well, let me just say this. I have looked into the PayPal Pinterest merger, and I wanted to give you a quick breakdown of it, the Dr. Boyce breakdown in terms of whether or not I think it's a good idea. And the short answer is no. So those of you who don't want to hear more, you can just leave now, actually, because no is my answer. My answer is no. I do not think that PayPal should be buying Pinterest. Most of the experts that I've consulted with don't believe that this is a good move. And the stock market agrees with me. The stock market knows everything, y'all. The stock market's very smart. If you look at the PayPal stock price, look at the stock price. The market doesn't talk. The stock market has no lips. The stock market has no lips. What the stock market does is the stock market indicates its approval or disapproval of your corporate moves by how it moves your price. The minute all this stuff got announced that PayPal was talking about buying Pinterest, the stock dropped like a brick. Kaboom. Look at that. All that red, that blood red is the drop in PayPal stock price. And then if you even look over the last 5 days, the stock hasn't exactly been stellar. It's been kind of an ugly stock. And not that the ugly baby can't eventually get some love, but man, I'm telling you, I do not think that this is a merger that is going to work out well for PayPal. I think that PayPal is making a move that's a little bit too big for its britches. And here's the other thing that's really interesting. A lot of times you can tell what's going to happen, whether a merger is good or bad, or whether the market feels that the merger is good or bad, by looking at the stock of both companies, right? So a lot of times, you know, if the merger makes sense, maybe for one company it doesn't go up, but the stock price, but for the other company maybe it does, right? Well, Pinterest looks like it's going to get a good, you know, something good out of the deal. Let me show you guys Pinterest stock. This is Pinterest stock price over the last 5 days since these merger talks have begun. Actually, let me pull that up. Sorry. Since these merger talks have begun, Pinterest has seen green. This is the stock price over the last 5 days. So if you've been a Pinterest stockholder, you made some money. But even today, though, Pinterest stock kind of dipped a little bit. Now, I don't know what that's all about. And you can see after 4 p.m. today, you know, around the time the market closed, you see the stock price dropped even more. So I don't think the stock market really likes the Pinterest PayPal deal. I'm going to walk away with that conclusion. And so here, let me go a little bit deeper into this in terms of why I think the PayPal Pinterest deal is just not a good one. First of all, has anybody ever tried to call PayPal customer service? Has anybody ever tried to reach out to customer service and talk to PayPal about a little problem you had? Maybe they shut down your bread and it was and you're trying to get your money back and they literally made your life miserable. I don't know if anybody's ever called PayPal customer service. But when I saw how terrible their customer service was, I said, okay, you guys don't need to be conquering nothing except your customer service department. Like, y'all don't need to be out here trying to go buy companies and become the Amazon of whatever industry you're in, because y'all can't even handle the customers you got, right? And that's the first thing. PayPal's customer service is garbage, absolute, complete garbage. And I'm gonna say that publicly because we've done business with PayPal, and I mean shit. We my accountant this month, and I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. My accountant this month talked to me. She said, "Boyce," I said, "Yes, Rebecca." She said, "Boyce, I have something to tell you." I said, "It's okay, Rebecca. I think you're wonderful, and I love working with you, and I'll do whatever you recommend." And she said, "Boyce, can we please get rid of PayPal?" And I was like, "Rebecca, I can do many things for you, but like the Godfather said, this I cannot do." I said, "I can. I'm married to PayPal. Me and PayPal been dating for years. I can't end that relationship. It would just break my heart." And she said, "Boyce, I have been on the phone with customer service for hours, and I've done this several times. And every week I try to talk to them about our account, and every week they tell me I don't have access and authorization." I said, "But Rebecca, I gave you authorization twice." "Well, every week they keep saying that they forgot that they don't have my authorization or whatever." And I said, "How can a company this big be this incompetent?" I mean, I'm not hating on you, PayPal. I wish the PayPal people would listen, but I would tell you, if you're talking about trying to become the Amazon of payments or whatever it is you're trying to do, well, let me tell you a little something about Amazon. One of the most core principles of Amazon is that the customer is their top, tip top, super tip top priority. Amazon may be a lot of things. Jeff Bezos may be as evil as they come. Jeff Bezos may be an old, planet hopping son of a bitch. But let me tell you what, as evil as Jeff Bezos might be, and as flawed as Amazon might be, one thing that they are committed to is that they are customer obsessed. They don't play. They do everything they can to make sure customers are happy, and this is something that you appreciate when you deal with a company like a PayPal that just, I don't know if they just think they can just crap on their customers and still make money, but it really bothers me. So that's part of what leads me to feel that this merger doesn't make any sense. It's almost like somebody trying to go and that you're trying to go buy a whole nother company, and what you're going to do, mess up their customer service department too. Again, Jeff Bezos, he might be an evil man, but at least he takes care of his customers. And that's why I think PayPal needs to start by conquering its customer service department. So anyway, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. We're talking about the merger, the potential pending merger between PayPal and Pinterest. And also, we'll talk about a lot of different things, finances among them, next week at the All Black National Convention. If you are Black and you like Black people and you'd like to participate in things that Black people are doing that represent the future, then I hope you'll join us in Orlando at the All Black National Convention. We have a long list of Black experts in everything from real estate to relationships to stock market investing to politics, who are all coming together to talk about the Black community and how we as a community can solve our own problems. This is just a short scan of some of the bad, amazing people that are going to be. There's Angela Stanton and Teddy Ewing and Carla Ballard and Jay Ortiz and Lene Javette. And I'm just kind of scrolling through the list so you guys can see all the great people that are coming. And we got some Black millionaires coming in here too, independent Black millionaires who made the money, and they didn't have to slang nothing to make their money. They just slang their intelligence. All right, so let's get back to PayPal. All right, so PayPal is thinking about merging with or buying Pinterest. Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, they said PayPal shares dropped 5.9% on Thursday, a sign that investors have doubts about the company's potential purchase of Pinterest. Shares dropped by $15.15 to $243.21 in early trading. That was on top of a 4.9% drop on Wednesday. So the stock didn't just drop one day; the stock dropped 2 days. Right? It dropped 2 days in a row. So for 2 days, investors have been telling you that this is not a good idea. We do not like this. And there's something in finance called the efficient markets hypothesis. The efficient markets hypothesis basically says that the market is typically right, that the stock market is very intelligent. The stock market will see what you're doing, and they will tell you through your stock price whether they like this or not. So let me tell you what this says to me. This says to me that the executives at PayPal and the executives at Pinterest are watching the market very closely. And as they watch this market very closely, they are probably concluding exactly what we're talking about in this video, that the merger of PayPal and Pinterest makes zero sense. In fact, let me just tell you another little secret, another reason why this merger is shady as hell. Pinterest isn't even Pinterest isn't, first of all, 80% of Pinterest's customers, if I'm not mistaken. I read this somewhere today. I don't have the reference in front of me, but we could double check this. But I believe like the majority of Pinterest's customers don't even live in the United States. They don't even live in the United States. And also they, from what I understand, yeah, out of 454 million monthly active users in Pinterest in the second quarter of 2021, 363 million of them were from other countries. And the other thing is that they're not first tier. They're not top tier. They're not a top tier social media platform. Pinterest, how many of y'all, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Just to prove my point. How many of y'all use Pinterest? How many of y'all are just up into Pinterest like every day, like just sharing pictures of your dog's new bedroom and just all kinds of stuff? How many of y'all use Pinterest on a regular basis? Give me a yes in the chat if you use Pinterest. Give me a no in the chat if you don't. If you think Pinterest is stupid or you think Pinterest is corny or it's boring to you. Tell me how many of y'all use Pinterest? Let's just look. And I want everybody who's watching to watch the other comments. Look at how many no's are about to come in. Okay, Andrew's a teacher, so he uses it. That's good. I mean, I can see teachers using Pinterest, right? Linda, my name is Corey. Okay, Evia says religiously. Okay, Evia, no, I'm not making fun of you, sweetie. I promise you, I'm not making fun of you. But let me just tell you, most people don't really use Pinterest that much. Not Americans. Pinterest is not the number one social media platform in the world. It's not number two. It's not number three. It's not number five. It's not number eight. It's number 14. It's the 14th largest social media platform on the planet. So Pinterest is not this sort of major play for a PayPal. It's not the thing that's going to help them conquer Facebook, because people compare them to Facebook. Which I think the comparison is ridiculous. I mean, it's like comparing Michael Jordan to the guy who wasn't even the starter at the University of Washington, right? You played University of Washington and didn't even get in the starting five, and you're trying to say you're Michael Jordan. So PayPal is a lower tier social media platform. They are not top tier. You know who's top tier? You know who's dominating and absolutely slaughtering the game? Facebook. Y'all might hate Facebook. I know I do. I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. I hate the fact that I love Facebook so much, and I love the fact that I hate them. And also, they drive you so. It's like that relationship with that drop-dead gorgeous woman who where you literally in your brain you want to strangle her. Not that I would strangle a woman. Violence. Don't ever put your hands on a woman. A real man does not do that. But sometimes you say, in my mind, I kind of like I kind of knocked you out in my brain, but I wouldn't do that in real life. But in my head, I just don't know what to do with you because I love you so much that I can't stand you, right? And Facebook is like that. Most of you have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. On one hand, you are probably pissed. You've probably been in and out of Facebook jail. They have done whatever they want to do to you. But on the other hand, you're in there all the time. I have had transformative moments in Facebook. I reconnected with my son from 13, 14 years earlier. Like I had a son. It's a long story. But anyway, I reconnected with him. He wasn't my biological son, but I loved him. I knew him when he was a baby, and I found him on Facebook. That was very emotional for me. So Facebook is a beautiful platform because they bring people together. And let me tell you what Facebook is doing in the future that means they're gonna murder the game even more. Facebook is already investing very heavily in the metaverse. Facebook is making major announcements about how they're investing billions of dollars and hiring tons of people so that they can basically get in early and control the game in the metaverse. Now, you might ask, well, what is the metaverse? Well, let me tell you. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, just remember Uncle Boyce and Dr. Boyce. Those are two separate people. They both told you today on October 21st, 2021 about the metaverse. The metaverse is basically this. It is something that people have conceptualized in movies for many years. And it is this 3D world where you become an avatar and you live your life as a freaking avatar. It is weird as hell. It's probably not healthy. It'll probably drive us crazy. But at the same time, I've done it. I actually have an Oculus, and my wife and I talk to each other on Facebook Oculus sometimes. And we go into this 3D world where we have backyard barbecues. We watch movies while sitting on the surface of Mars. We will watch a movie together while sitting on the surface of Mars. How cool is that, right? You can create an avatar where you can fly around and you can do all kinds of stuff that you can't do in the real world. And it feels real because 3D stuff is pretty heavy. If you ever do like a scary movie in 3D space, it really scares you because you really feel like you're there. So anyway, Facebook is investing heavily in the metaverse, and that is where social media is going. In about 10 years, social media as you know it won't even be social media as you know it. It's going to be in the metaverse. In fact, at some point, I'm going to actually teach a class with 3D Boyce in the metaverse, and I'm going to invite y'all to come to join me in class because I think this is where the world is going. So PayPal, this merger with Pinterest, my conclusion is that it's stupid. It doesn't make a lot of sense. My other conclusion about PayPal is you need to fix your customer service. It's absolutely terrible. The investors are confused by PayPal. They think that this merger is just like a little weird. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like your daughter dating the guy from the trailer park who has one tooth and uses meth on every Tuesday. It's just not a good move, and I'm not a big fan of it. Also, there's something I want to mention really quickly. In finance, they call this the free cash flow theory. The free cash flow theory basically says that it explains a little bit about what PayPal might be doing. The free cash flow theory effectively says that whenever companies have access to too much cash, then they start doing stupid stuff. They say with teenagers, the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Well, that's kind of what's happening with PayPal, in my view. They're sitting on 40, 50 billion in cash. That's white people get to do things like that. And they're like, what should we do next? And somebody says, oh, let's just go buy the 14th largest social media platform in the world that's not even growing that fast, that people don't even like that much. And that's what they decided to do. They're overpaying for it. It doesn't necessarily fit clearly in their strategic model. There have been other acquisitions that have been suggested for PayPal that would make a lot more sense. And this just isn't on the list of things that people are excited about. So you've probably heard a little bit about PayPal buying Pinterest, and you probably wondered, like, what does this mean? Is this a good move? Is this going to be a good thing for investing in? I am not a fan. So that's just my 2 cents, guys. I just want to share that with you. I hope that this helps you in your future decision making and your endeavors. And so, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Do me a favor, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about investing and get started for free, go to firstshareofstock.com. I will email you lots and lots and lots of financial information that will make you an investing financial expert very quickly. And also, we even have stuff for your kids. So, firstshareofstock.com. That's the URL on the screen. And also, some of you who believe in what we're doing already and want to deep dive into the Black Business School and bring your whole family, we have a whole all-inclusive package at allblackeducation.com. So feel free to go to allblackeducation.com if you want to take a look. All right. So I'll see you guys at the convention, hopefully. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. Peace.